Hi, I'm Tammy Maciejko. I was a past skier for Western. I had a 30-year career here in the exercise sports science. I came from LeGrand, Baker City, Oregon, and was recruited by Dwayne Vandenbush actually on the first recruiting year for Title IX. My experience as a female athlete, my high school in LeGrand, it's a smaller community. They had maybe a 2-week track program. They had intramural basketball, and they did have a gymnastics program, which I participated in. So going into high school, I was a cheerleader for a couple years, and I was ski racing with my stepdad, who was also my ski coach at the time. And I did really well in ski racing. I went to U.S. Nationals, and I went to the Senior Nationals my sophomore and junior year of high school. And maybe it was just junior nationals my junior year, but senior year I went to junior year I went to U.S. Nationals, and junior nationals I actually was ranked 10th in the nation in downhill my junior year in high school. We had a a state champion football team that year, and I got called in to the principal's office after that year and was told that I had missed too many days of school. I was over the 7-day limit that year of going to school. I missed more than 7 days, you can't go to school, you're being expelled. So, to me that was super confusing. I was at a sport, my grades were good, I was an AB student. He says, nope, 7 days is our cutoff. We've passed this policy, and your absences are unexcused. Then he went on to tell me with a little fatherly advice that building all those muscles were really bad for me, and that I was going to ruin my childbearing abilities, and that you're expelled. I went home and told my dad, my stepdad, and it was the greatest response ever. He goes, so what? You can get an education anytime. Let's go ski. So. That first junior year, we got me into a ski academy. I actually went to another high school, and my high school graciously let me leave for 2 months, stepping into a different high school and stepping out and back into my high school. Super challenging. We weren't in the same levels. I think I went for geometry to a high level trig, and I didn't know, had a clue what was going on, and then came back and they were doing stuff that we'd already done. So it wasn't a very good match. So the next year, I actually went to a junior college, and my high school would only take hour for hour junior college credit for high school hours. So I actually graduated with a junior college at the same time I graduated from high school. Came back to high school, and still they would not accept any PE credits, and I think I was like 1 or 2 credits short for high school. So I ended up having to come back and take in a remedial reading class with a junior college degree with all the dropout kids. Totally missed a super fun trip. We did Pony Express bike ride from Washington State to Washington, D.C., but I was in my remedial reading class. So I graduated. They would not put me in the program. And also Tammy Maciejko, or Tammy Phillips at the time. So it was an interesting high school experience with Title IX. I took a year off and I skied nationally all over the country. Vandenbush was calling me, and I chose Western to come to. So, I'd already been out of school. I skied, the year before I wasn't in one place for more than 2 weeks from Halloween to Easter, because I was traveling trying to find snow that year. It was a low snow year. Came to Western. Vandenbush was kind of our coach because McLennan really didn't want to have much to do with girls. So he hired another girl, Julie Niels, as our coach. And it was kind of a rough freshman year, and I was coming off a national level program team, and there wasn't a lot of support for the girls. I didn't really like walking down the hallway with Tracy, because it was very known that, we were not really supposed to be here. And, we did we made a lot of progress that year. We ran everything the boys ran equally. There was a lot of times we didn't get back from runs to have dinner because we just weren't as fast. but we did everything equally. And I think it was that year we were training super hard, and we were doing the Mountaineer Bowl, and we were doing human slalom, and we had already ran up. We did a mountain run up Gold Creek, up to Lamfair Lake, and over to what's the other lake? Anyway, long run. The next day we ran W Mountain, and the third day we were doing human slalom, and I was tired. And I slipped and fell and broke my fibula on the mountain hill bowl. And I get down to the bottom, and I'm said, "Oh, you're hurt? Walk over there and see if you can find a trainer." Well, I had literally broke my fibula. I walked across the parking lot, and at that time we had no trainers. The only trainer we had was inside the men's dressing room. So you had to stand outside the door of the men's dressing room and bang on it. And it probably took me a good 20 minutes before somebody came out, and they looked at me and go, "Yeah, I think it's broke." And they drove me to the hospital, and they casted it up. And I spent the rest of that season riding bikes and doing a little running with a half cast on. But just different times. We made great progress. You know, I think all the girls worked really hard to try to keep up and earn our scholarships. You know, it was really made known that we need to earn our scholarships. So, you know, and in 4 years, I know the women's ski team, by the fourth year, I think we were a valued piece of the program, and, you know, but there was a lot of showing that we could do it.